Hello and welcome to my first English Fistweaver guide in Dragonflight Season 3. To introduce myself fast, I'm Fisting Chavi, most knows me as Ruffy or XZ. I'm playing Fistweaver, I have like 7 Fistweavers. I also play Demon Hunter and Rogue, but now I explain you how to play Fistweaver, what you have to know if you wanna play Fistweaver, the best sets, gems, things you just need to know. First of all, I also made this guide in German, so I'm not the best in speaking English, but I'm trying to explain it to you most easy way I can. As you see, we are on my Orc Fistweaver. I also play much other races and yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna make it fast and quick as possible. We are going ahead my stats and my gear. That's my gear, that's my stats. I have 22%, it's going up to 25 in arenas or 24%. My haste is 30% right now. It's going up to 35 or 36. That's about the cap. Most people are likely using more haste, but I don't. I think 30, 35 is kept. 35 is good. You don't need more. Mastery, you don't have to go. As Fistweaver, you don't go on mastery. So the only thing I have mastery on is the shoulders, because it has mastery on, because it's a set tile, a set piece. I play him 4 set. Yeah, I have a little bit low verse, but I wouldn't say to, or I wouldn't tell you to play low verse if you are new to Fistweaver. If you are new to Fistweaver, I would go up to 30% or 32 even. I'm playing most of the time Fistweaver. I'm not playing Mistweaver. So I'm more used to play Fistweaver, and I know when to save myself, know when to use my CDs and stuff like that. But my embellishments are both the same. I have one embellishment on my belt, one embellishment on my finger. Both are with the Verdant Tether, which gives you and your mate, which you're healing, burst up to 351. I have it 2 times, so it gives me like 800 bursts, which are like 8%. Yeah, other crafted pieces, I have the legs with haste verse, rings both are haste verse, neck is haste verse, and my belt is crit haste. I like to play with much crit, so if you also wanna play much crit, I would recommend to play it, but you don't have to. I would say playing 80% is really good, but I like to have more crit, so I play with more crit. I also have the engineering crit wrist, and I'm mostly gemmed as crit. I have everything gemmed as crit haste. Yeah, weapon is haste verse, also with Sophic Devotion. My enchants are also crit on both my rings, and the rest says it by itself. Okay, let's move on to my talents. Yeah, I'm playing a mix as Fistweaver and Mistweaver. It's really good in this matter, because if you're playing the normal cocoon, I'm playing here cocoon stacks. So I have the big cocoon. It's really good, because in this matter, the cocoon ends in like 2 or 3 seconds. They just hitting it through. So I'm playing also with the statue. Yeah, why I'm playing with the statue? Because when I enter the arena, when I'm setting up my port, I set up my statue, and sometimes when I can't hit a DH with has blur, or rogue with evasion, or worry with parry, I cannot hit him. So I just press my soothing mist, and it heals me for 13k. If I press it now, yeah, 12 to 18k with my crits. So it is basically really good to have it. If you have nothing to do, you can just press it. Otherwise, it's just useless. So most of the times when I can't hit, I just cast a second, press my enveloping mist with soothing mist. So it's this insta. You have big hots on. Yeah. Otherwise, you press Thunder Focus T with enveloping mist or like Separate Harm. Yeah, it's pretty good in general, so I would recommend to play it. If you are new to it, I wouldn't say don't concentrate yourself or don't focus to press Soothing Mist. Focus on the basics, and I will explain you basics after this talent. Yeah, let's go on. I'm playing also Shylon's Gift. It got buffed. It's really good if you have it on 10 stacks. It generates a cloud of mist every 8 seconds while in combat. And with Shao House Lessons, you get 4 spells or 4 buffs, which helps you healing, which helps you doing damage, gives you stats, etc., etc. You can just stop the video here right now and read the stats or the talents you get out of it. Yeah. I head on to the PvP talents. I'm going it really fast. Fistweaver, must have. You have it every time. You don't replace it for another thing. The second is Zenfierce. If you wanna play it, you can play it, but otherwise you play Alpha Tiger or Fire Cord. Zenfierce is really good if you press it on enemy targets. I don't press Seers of Hope on my allies because it's a wasted spell. Otherwise, it helps you a lot to do more damage on the enemy targets. Enemy targets does 10% lower damage on you. And yeah, you can have it once on a target, so you can't press it on 3 targets. Yeah. The last talent is Eminence, so you can port meanwhile you're stunned, and the cooldown is reduced on 15 seconds if you're not. So I'm gonna show it to you. If you press it one time and it's popping off, you can press it another time, but if you don't press it, we see it in 2 seconds. I have it ready in 35 seconds instead of 45. Okay. If you have comps which don't stun you, means what's not stunning you? Everything is stunning at the moment, but something like Beastmaster or your Beastmaster and Unholy Decay, comps which are not perma stunning you, you don't need to play it, or comps which usually don't go for you, you don't have to play it, or if you wanna avoid CCs, you can play it, yeah. But then you swap it out for Alpha Tiger. It gives you 20% aced for 8 seconds, but then you're mostly swapping targets. Against Shaman, it's really good if you press Alpha or if you press Tiger Palm on a Totem, or against Demo Warlock if you press it on pets and everything. Fire Cord, I only play it against Devastation Evokers or classes which I can't reach that fast. So I have my Yada Firestorm, pretty much good uptime on it. Yeah, you can play Grapple Weapon, but most of the times I'm not playing it. Yeah, Which talents I'm swapping out here for others? Pretty much nothing, but sometimes I play Revival and Restore. Revival against comms which are permanently hotting or dotting. Against Elemental is really good. Against Afli it's Giga. Against Shadow Priest it's really good. It's really good against Fire Mage. Yeah, that's pretty much it right now in my mind. Against Analytic is also good, but you can also play Restoral if they are much. Yeah, you can play Restoral against comps which are stunning you, and where it's better to have a stun revival instead of an normal revival, because against Rogue Mage, as an example, I more recommend to have Restore, because if they gonna full stun me and they wanna do a go on my mate, or they do a go on me, I also can revival it, or I can revival the stun or the sheep my mate's getting or me getting. Yeah. Much players swapping out this talent invigorating mists for Zen Pulse, but it's not necessary which are you playing. You're not using Zen Pulse, and most of the times you're not using Vivify, but I more use Vivify than I would use my Vivify more than Zen Pulse. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So if you wanna go for Vivify, you just press Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist, and Vivify. But I would use it only if you have Mana Tea up. Mana Tea reduces the mana. What? How do I explain it? The mana costs of the spells. So if you use more mana, wait for a second. Need to have some stacks up so you can see it. I have 4 stacks right now. I use my Mana Tea, and now I have it for 5 seconds up. My mana space costs 30% less, so I spend 6k mana instead of 9, and here I would spend like 10k or 9k instead of 12. Yeah, it's pretty good to have Mana Tea always up. Not always up in the sense that you have to use it most of the times. If you don't have anything to do, you can use it. Otherwise, you can stack it up and use it when you have like 100k mana or something. Just don't use it permanently, so you lose uptime, or you lose healing because you waste a global of pressing Mana Tea. Okay, that was my talents. You can just copy, or I will link it below in the description. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Before we getting into the rotation, I wanna show you my macros. I don't have much macros. It goes really fast. I'm not using the most of the macros. I'm only using Essence Font. It's really good because you can extend your own buff, your own HNC strings. It's really good to have it because you can just press it, stop casting, because you press it again, the same button, so you don't have to press escape or anything like that, or another spell. Yeah. Spear and Strike, cast target focus, same for the paralyze, and else I have for my statue and for my ring, target cursor, ring of peace, target cursor, summon the other serpent statue. Fast one. The other macros was just testing around for my mouse, so I just hover over the targets and press the buttons for Soothing Mist. Sometimes it's good for people who like that. I don't like that, so I just rather target the people and press my Soothing Mist. Yeah. Next one, before we get to my Weakauras, I wanna do my add-ons really quick. I play with Diminish, with Gladiator SR. yeah, Gladiator SR calls the spells or the defenses or the offensive other do's, so I don't have to watch them. Meanwhile, I'm playing my rotation and thinking what I'm doing next. Yeah, just for me. You don't have to play it. It's just an alerter. Omnibar to see their devs, showing here for me, their devs, their offensive spells, etc. etc. Omni CC and Omni CD. It's really good for someone who wanna have their how do I explain it? Their raid frames here. I have my raid frames around here. I hope I can invite someone. I just go into a raid group here, so you can see that. Wait real quick. Here. So that's really messy right now, but normally all of their defenses are named here on the right side. That's really good for me, so I see which defenses have the people, which defensive do I have. Okay. Tell me when. Really good to track your own CDs. Yeah, it's really fast, really quick. Rest, what do I have? Tell me when. I already explained that. Weakauras, really important to check your spells and your buffs, uptime buffs. Range display. Also good if you wanna know how far your enemy is, so you can range him. If he's casting Noah Frostbolt or Casebolt, you can just range him and he is not connecting on you. Yeah, real quick, real fast. Head on to Weakauras. It's a lot of Weakauras I have. I have for other classes Weakauras, so don't mind them. First Weakaura of all. My Weakauras are here. One Weakaura, Yada Firestorm, must have. The Ancient's Teachings, must have. I'm gonna explain it when I do my rota, so I'm not gonna explain it right now. The Tiger Bomb stacks, really good, really have. Port reminder, you already saw it when I tested my port and show you that reminds you to port, to press your port or replace, so you don't press your port once and then when you just run in without resetting your port, next time they connect in you, they want to port out, you port into them. Just don't do it. Replace your port always. Yeah, just a reminder. Otherwise, I have a Tiger Bombs Alpha Tiger. Here, you can see your Alpha Tiger uptime if you play Alpha Tiger. If you don't need it. Yeah, I'm gonna link it in the description below. So, also the Zamfir, you can see it here. It shows you the Zamfir on your mate, Zamfir on enemy. Yeah. Okay. Let's head on to the rotation. I'm gonna show you the rotation on the dummy. I'm gonna explain the Weakauras also now. The buffs you need to know, the buffs you need to extend, etc. etc. Let's get out. I'm gonna use Feline Stomp to go in. The Yada Firestomp, which makes your heal and damage done more, need to be up most of the times. So you just press the Yada Firestomp in the direction where the enemy is. So if the enemy is like this, you press it in this direction, so you can have it permanently up. Meanwhile, this target is sitting here. Yeah, the Ancient Teachings one is gonna be here as my Weakaura. You can extend this while pressing a Sense Font and instantly skip it, or yeah, instantly cancel it. You need to have it uptime 100%. If you don't have it up, press your cast. Like, if you know you have no Yada Firestorm, you have no Essence Font, and you're gonna be stuck right now. So you wanna cast. So you press Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist, Vivify. But most of the times, you rather have Yada Firestorm up. And if you don't have Yada Firestorm and your Ancient's Teaching is gonna reach out, you're gonna press Essence Font, and then you go back in, press your Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick, Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick, Sun Kick, Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick. You don't have it to do it. You don't have to do it in this direction. You can only, if you want, you can only press Yada Firestorm, so you have your buffs up, Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick, Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick. And if they do much damage, I would recommend to play Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick, Yada Firestorm to extend the buff, Sun Kick, yeah, Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick, and Sun Kick, because it's ready insta. If you press Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick, Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick, most of the times you should have it back up, Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick, Alpha Tiger, Blackout Kick. This heals your allies really good. Also, you wanna press Shailoon's Gift on like 7 to 10 stacks, not before. It not heals that much on 1 to 5 or 1 to 6 stacks. If you don't have any chance to heal right now or catch up, then press your Shailoon on like 6 or 7 stacks. Okay, then it's fine completely. If you don't have any chance to heal right now because they have like Blur, Evasion, Die by the Sword, anything up, or you can't reach them because it's Devastation Evoker or Devastation Evoker, or you don't want to run in because the Druid is trying to clone you permanent and you have no trinket, so you just sit back, press your Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist, and chill a bit. The next thing, this Weakauras, which is my mouse on now, tracks your Tiger Palm stacks. So if you can have max 4 stacks and then your Blackout Kick is glowing up, you can press it more, but you wanna relieve your stacks, relieve your healing, and the more stacks you have, the more is the Blackout Kick hitting. So always have it up on 2 to 4 stacks, and yeah, you see every time when I'm in my Yada Firestorm, the CD from Awakened Yada Fire is not relieving, it's not cancelling. So if you run out, you have it on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It's like going off. So if you have no Yada Firestorm up, or it's right on CD, you can just press Essence Font, run back in. Yeah, now it's gone, but you run back in, and you see if I run out, if I run in, it's always permanently up. So also, if you have Yada Firestorm up, you have the buff. Your Tiger Palm is hitting twice, so you get 2 stacks from Blackout Kick. So if I have no, yeah, I can press it like that. If you have no buff up from Yada Firestorm, you see it's going 1 stack up. So it's really slow till you have your big healing. You always have your big healing on like 2 stacks, 2 to 4 stacks. But pressing it meanwhile you have 1 stack, it's not really that good. So you always wanna have your Yada Firestorm up, or you have the buff up, and then you run in Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, just like that. Good to know is that your Invoke GG gives you stacks. Yeah, gives you stacks. And which, if you relieve your stacks, means if I press now my Crane, press your Yada Firestorm, press Tiger Palm, relieve your stacks, you get 1 Enveloping Mist proc, and it heals insta. So without using mana. Like, okay. Also, it's a freedom, so you can't be slowed or rooted, okay? Yeah, and it makes your healing better. It gives you more healing. Heals better. It's always good to have it, but don't use it if you're gonna kite or something like that. Also, it gives your mates and yourself quick bob. It's like an absorb real quick, a little bit, but it's not that high. Yeah. Otherwise, cooldown rotation. Think of that. If you go into an arena and you know, you get stunned or anything, and you know you're safe with revival. Meanwhile, everyone is popping. Press your revival. But sometimes, if one is dying from you and you press revival and it's not topping him, you have to press also cocoon and trinket. So if one of you is dying, you press trinket cocoon and he's completely fine. But then the next go, he needs to press, either he needs to press, or you need to press revival also, but you can't die within 30 seconds, or you use your also these within 30 seconds. If you do that, I can tell you in the next minute you're dying, or your teammates is dying, because it's really hard to kill you. So I'm saying either your mates or you dies because you're randomly using your CDs. Also, if you know that your damping harm is reaching out for the DPS which incoming on you, then use it. If you're not sure and you can't, you don't know how much damage is coming in, you can't calculate it, press your fortifying brew. It's really good. If you press one of them, not both. Also, good to know is if you press Thunder Focus T, you also heal yourself up really big if you just press Example Harm. So press Example Harm if you go low or anything like that. You also get an Absorb Shield which gives you 150k or up to 200k even, because I weren't attacking the dummy. Also, if you have an enemy healer or anything which is running really fast and you can't reach it, your mates can reach it, but you can't because everyone is fucking you up, rooting you, slowing you, anything, hit anything which is close to you. If I, as example, if I have this statue here, or the enemy has a statue here, and this guy is running all the way there, but I'm rooted here and I'm stuck, I can't move myself, I'm dispelling myself or either use my Tiger's Lust, I'm hitting the statue here because my mate's getting healed over there. Your healing has like 40 yards range, so it's always good. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, that was it. Pretty well. Yeah. That was it. There's not much to say anymore. Yeah, I'm done. I hope I could speak as fluently I could. Yeah. Thank you for watching. You can also watch me on Twitch playing Fistweaver or playing other classes. You can ask me there. Ask in the comment section below. Yeah, I will write down most of the things also in the description. Thank you for watching. If you reached out to this point, I hope you couldn't get any, or you could get any answers to your gameplay and you could improve. I try to make some VODs or VODs from me public on Twitch. You can watch it there if you need any gameplay to watch, if you need any anything like that. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you enjoy that. Watch me on Twitch, come on Twitch, come into my chat. It's really fun often or sometimes. Have a nice day and I see you in arenas. Yeah, thanks.